Hi there, my name is Korp and welcome to the 15-minute doodle challenge. The plan is that I'm going to draw something within 15 minutes and the challenge is to see if you can do the same or even better. So let me show you the materials I'm going to use today. It's going to be simple as ever, just a Sharpie and a fine liner pen, so like a 0.5 fine liner. Essentially a fat pen and a thin pen is all you're going to need. I'm just using a plain A4 sheet of paper today. No pencils because pencils are for losers, but let's get started, shall we? So my plan is that we're going to draw a skull today. So let's start with the teeth. This is a real nice easy way of drawing teeth. We'll start off with the first two teeth, a little M shape, yeah? Join those two bits together. Now remember, everything we do in the Korp Academy is double lined to make it all double wonky. So go over it again, make those lines nice and wonky, like that, okay? Then we're going to do some more teeth kind of spreading out to the side. So as we start these, they're going to just chip out just there and jump up like that. So just coming out there, jumping up. Do the same on the other side. Already I can see that I've done these teeth a little bit too far over that side, so I'm going to make the teeth a little bit bigger over this side to try and stretch it out a bit. Something you always want to be thinking about when you're drawing along, okay? Let's keep on going. Let's put some more teeth in. And you can put as many or as few as you want in there. Let's put one more tooth in that side. One more tooth in that side. There you go, nice and wonky. That's the kind of thing you want. Okay, once you've got those teeth in, we'll come back to those in a little while, but we're going to move up now. We're going to use the edge of the teeth to help us position the eyes. Okay, so look at this. Look, we're going to do some like L shapes. So just in the middle, there's the middle. Just in the middle there, let's do a little line going down like that, and then a little line flicking across. Now you see how it flicks across and it's just outside the edge of the teeth. That's kind of what we want, okay? So a little flick like that, a little flick like that. Do the same on the other side, again using that central point to get the center of the eyes right, and then a little flick out the edge until you get just past that point. Bit bigger this side, but that'll be fine. We'll get away with that. Okay. Now the reason we're only doing those L shapes, or just the inside part of the eye, is because we're going to draw a couple of worms kind of just knocking around on the inside of the eye. So watch this. What we'll do is we'll do a little worm. It's going to be like that. It's going to be like a U shape. Over on this side, it's going to stick out the top. It's a big sausage shape like that. But then imagine that line kind of just curves around, comes out this side, and it's much smaller over this side. Okay, nice and easy like that. Let's double line that and double line the other side. Once we've got that in, we can kind of finish off the rest of the eye. Okay, so just from there, let's just bring a line across, make it go through there, bring it down. You see how we're just not making it so that all the lines join up right at the edges. There's always little tiny overlaps everywhere, okay? And again, don't try and keep it circular or square on purpose. Keep it nice and wonky. Wonky lines are a lot easier to draw, and it's going to make your artwork look a lot better as well. Okay, once you've got those eyes in, let's go and do the inside of the eye. So essentially we're going to take that line, we're just going to bring it onto the inside a little bit like that. And the same on the other side, just take that line, bring it inside like that, and then we'll colour the rest. This bit, we'll colour this bit in black. Always risky to start colouring stuff in black because it takes a long time and we've only got 15 minutes to do this. But yeah, just chuck some colour in. If you haven't got time to do that now, then just do that later. There is no rush. The only reason I do a 15-minute challenge is just to show you how quick and easy it can be to draw something. That doesn't mean you have to do it within 15 minutes. I just know how things are at the moment. Nobody's got time to do stuff they enjoy. There we go. Awesome stuff. So we've got eyes, we've got teeth. Let's go and put some cheekbones in. As soon as we've got the cheekbones in, the rest of the head kind of all fits together. Okay, so the cheekbones, we're going to come down the side of the eye, stick out a big cheekbone, and then go underneath the eye. Look, watch this. This cheekbone is going to be like a bucket shape coming out the side. Look. Something like that. Some sort of wonky shape. Try and do something similar on the other side, so just bring it out. Try and flick off those ends. So this is like wonky, fat and wonky in the middle, flicked off in at the end of the line. If you can't flick off, then use your pen to do some like dots and dashes. That kind of thing will look really cool. in there. Okay, let's join this bit all together, shall we? So the first thing we're going to do is just put a little bit of a gum around the teeth. So just start on the edge of this toothless and then just do a little curve that goes around the top of the tooth. Once you've done that, come back on that line a bit and then do a diagonal line into the cheekbone. Got that? Do the same on the other side or something similar. Diagonal line into that point. Looks a bit weird because we haven't got a nose in there at the moment, so let's go and whack in a nose. 2 triangles, so we're going to put in there. Now don't get too close to the teeth because we are going to put some little flick off lines above each tooth, so try and keep it quite high up, about there, look. Something like that. Again, we're going to make this bit look 3D, so just bring that line in, colour in that bit like that. Lovely stuff. Right, let's carry on, shall we? Last little bit we're going to do, well, last of the main lines is around the top of the skull. So this is going to be a fun bit. So essentially we're going to go from this cheekbone to this cheekbone. So let's go from there all the way over. Keep it nice and wonky. Wonky's good. Double line it. Those bits where you miss, just go back over those lines. Colour those bits in. Down here, strong intersections. It's usually where the shadows live, where 2 lines join each other like an intersection. It's usually where the shadows live, so go a little bit thicker in that area. Okay, let's that's the main part. Let's go and put some eyebrows on. Watch this. Look. We're just going to do a line that goes up there and flicks down. Double-ended flick off. It's going to do the same around the other side, except it's going to be behind this worm. So just a little tiny bit there, and something just there. Yeah, just goes to the edge of the eye, then flicks down like that. Okay. Now, one thing you will know, in fact, we'll do the framing later. We're about halfway through on that. That's looking really good. Let's go and put some little details on. So we're going to grab our fine liner. We're going to start at the top and we're going to work our way down with some little tiny details. Okay, so starting at the top, first thing I'm going to do, let's go and put in some cracks. So yeah, just generally a capital Y shape is good as a crack. And then on the end of one of those, maybe do another little Y. Nice way of doing little tiny cracks in there. Let's go and put one over here as well. Look, same kind of thing. Just make it, the closer it gets to the edge of the head, make that line thicker and thicker. Cool, we've got some cracks in there. Let's now go and flick off a few little lines around the eyes. Look. So you see how we've got these little lines flicked off everywhere? Let's do a few more. So we made sure this eye wasn't particularly straight or circular. And it gives us the opportunity to put these little flicks in. Good to use your thin pen for this bit, just so you can get those little tiny details in, little tiny creases. Okay, let's get in the eyes now. We're going to put some lines. We're going to see this bit in here on the inside of the eye. We're going to reinforce the inside of the eye by putting some horizontal lines all the way down. Look. Same on the other side. Keep it horizontal, yeah. Ignore all the other shapes that are going on around you. Just keep it horizontal. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do a little neat trick for making things look like they're coming forward or going backwards. So we're going to do some stripes on this worm. We're going to do the stripes one way on the worm so it looks like it's coming forward. We're going to do the stripes a different angle so it looks like it's going backwards there on the this side of the worm. Okay, let me show you what I mean by that. What we're going to do is like curves going across like that. You see, if we do the curves that way, see how it looks like it's coming forwards. On the other side though, we're going to do the curves the opposite way around. Look, watch this. Like that. And to my mind, what that looks like is it looks like the worm is going the other way around. So yeah, poking out here, poking in just there. Let's get into the nose. We're going to put some little lines in the nose, same way as we did with the eyes. But then also around the nose, let's just do some little flick off lines. Look, watch this, just a little flick off line just there, maybe another one just there, just to give a bit of a few little wrinkles in there. Go around the underside of the nose as well. Around the outside, get to the middle, and a little tiny drop down. Watch this. Like that. Again, double-ended flick off. Fat and wonky in the middle. Flicked off at the edge. And you see how that just makes that nose look like it's just popping out a little tiny bit. That's what we want. Okay. Okay, let's carry on. Let's move down. We're going to put some double-ended flick-offs above each tooth. So let's go first. Little shapes like this. Try and keep it about the same distance from the tooth. Give it a line. Go over it twice. Fat and wonky in the middle. Thin and tapered at the end. All the way across. You see how it just makes it look like those teeth are just kind of rammed into that gum a little bit better. Finish off with a few little flicks in the teeth just to add a bit of graining. There we go. Maybe even take a little chip out of a tooth if you want. Have a little bit of fun with it. And let's keep on going. Let's just work around now, put some little shadows in here now. So little places where I'm going to expect to see shadows, like under the cheekbones, around this side of the head. I usually have the light source coming in from here. So a few little shadows. Look, just outline where you think the shadow would be, just somewhere like that. Put some little lines in there. Down the side there as well. Really thin shadow, that one. And then the other thing we're going to do, let's get into those eyebrows. I want to make those eyebrows look like they're popping out a little bit more. So same way as we did with these lines on the worm, we're just going to bring this out. Look, watch this. And hopefully what you'll see there is you see how that line, as we add those little curves in, just makes it look like the eyebrows are popping out a little bit more. Just gives them a bit more shape. So let's go and add a few of those little lines in. Some of the lines going from top to bottom. Some of the lines we can just have, look, just flicking around like that. Awesome stuff. Okay, we're just about there. Let's get back on with our fat pen. One little trick I want to show you. 3 minutes left. One little trick I want to show you. See how I've drawn this, and it's all the way right up here in the corner. Didn't mean for that to happen. Tried to draw it in the centre, but that didn't work out. So one way to kind of make it look like it's central, not like it's all lopsided, is to frame it afterwards. So watch this. What we'll do is we'll frame it. So you see the gap we've got there, the gap we've got there, pretty consistent. What we want to do is do something so the gap on these sides is about the same. So for example, something like that, look, just bring it down. Figure out where we're going to stop this line. Let's do it there. And across there. Let's double line all of that, make it nice and wonky. It's just a nice, neat way of kind of balancing or trying to balance everything out. Okay, let's keep it going. Let's go and whack in some fat drips first. Fat drips on there. Do some big ones, do some small ones. Let's put one over here. Little droplet coming off that drip. Places where you'd expect to see drips coming out. So there we go, little places like that. That's good. You can also do drips going upwards. You can do drips coming off this bit. Let's do some drips coming off the frame there as well. Look, that's looking pretty nice. And then we'll finish off a couple of little spots. Just throw in those little spots all over the place. Even on the outside, look, we can throw in some spots. You might want to keep it so all your spots are contained within this square. That always looks pretty cool. So all of this outside area is a little bit cleaner. Or maybe we've got a couple of flies in that outside area, I don't know. Always draw an upside down fly as well in there. Okay, get back on with your thin pen. We've got last minute. Let's go and put in some little patches like this. Look, just draw in those little patches, lines going through them. Over here, look at the little patch, lines going through. Put some spots in on the worms. Maybe you want to put a little face in on the worm. Totally up to you. Little quote marks, little hashtags all over the place. Hashtags, look. Quote marks. Don't think about it too much. Just find a gap, chuck in a quote mark. I think we are just about done. Last 20 seconds. Let's finish off with a couple of little smaller flies knocking around. Maybe a little bit of texture in the wings. Last 10 seconds. Let's finish it off. Right, last thing to do, if you like what you've done, sign it. If you don't like it, put somebody else's name on it. But there you go. 3, 2, 1. There is our 15-minute. There is our 15-minute doodle challenge all done. I hope you enjoyed that skull drawing within 15 minutes. Have a little go yourself. Use the hashtag doodlewithkorp so I can find your artwork, or just feel free to tag me on any of the social media channels. Love to see what you've been doing. All right, thanks very much. I'll see you in the next video.